Oh my. There is a little dead mouse in here.
I need to do the unsexy side of decluttering. It's when you've made the decisions. We always talk about the decisions being the hardest part, but sometimes it's not the decisions you make. Well, that's hard too, but another hardest part is actually getting the stuff out, figuring out where it's going to go, and cleaning up the mess you left behind. And that is what we have going here. So we need to, before I can even get started today, what I usually end up doing is tidying up my bedroom. So I thought rather than doing that and then turning the camera on, I'm gonna just let you see the real me and the real life. Don't think, oh, and also, this is what I wore to bed last night. It's still on and it's comfortable. And I think it'd be comfortable for working today and I don't have to worry about ruining it or getting it dirty. This is what I use for my foundation, CC cream. It is by Perbel. And whenever I get a new order, which I just did, I just want to show you this because it's like stuff I'm trying. We'll see how it goes. They give me these little samples. So I have an eye serum, which I almost think I tried it before and didn't like it. Cleansing foam, moisture cream. Oh, this is my CC cream that's actually a sample. And it has SPF, of course. Color correcting moisture, makeup base, and foundation. What's the difference between that? Oh, I got 2 of these. Okay. Oh, I got 3 of them. So they gave me 3 samples of what I bought. Strange, but I always click, yes, I want the samples because heck, they're free. Also, I went to Ocean State Job Lot yesterday. It's like a Big Lots. And I got a night cream and a day cream, which I forgot to use. The day cream is collagen. La la la. And the night cream is retinol. So because I didn't see a cream that had them both in there, I thought I will try these. I don't even know if they are good brands or not, but it is well worth a try. Okay, now I feel like I can get things cleaned up. This outfit I washed and I don't dry it. Well, I could have dried this white shirt. The only reason why I didn't was because I wasn't drying the rest of it, so I was like, oh, it won't hurt it to air dry. So this sweater, I don't want to take a chance on it shrinking. It's a little bit damp still, so I'm going to put it on a hanger and I'm going to hang it up outside of my closet and let it air dry more. Oddly, I guess there is some dampness there. I was going to say, the pants are oddly dry, but there's some dampness there too. So I will probably drape these over a chair instead of trying to hang them in a way that they'll dry. But we're going to Vermont to visit my son and his family, not this weekend, but next weekend. And so this is one of the outfits I know I'm going to want to wear. So I wanted to make sure it was nice and clean, and I'm just not going to wear it for a week so that it is nice and clean. Also, I've been wanting to get a new comforter for my bed, something bright and springy. You know, not that I'll just use it in the spring, but I'm just so over gray. As you know, a lot of my house is gray. I like to have a neutral base because then I can put like colorful pillows and such on, but I've been kind of over it with the pillows. I think I'm just in a kind of a wintry bleh
So looking for that, but I haven't really had a lot of motivation to 100% make my bed. Like, you know, this, you all have seen it. I actually got it at Big Lots years ago. But when we sleep, I fold it over like this because I want tons of blankets and my husband does not want tons of blankets. So this way is on my side and not his side. We're talking about, we've had this mattress, oh goodness, I want to say it's definite. We've definitely had this mattress longer than they say to have a mattress. Mattresses are expensive though, to get a good one, and I have back issues, so I want a good one. But we're talking about having one of those ones where each person can decide how soft or firm, because my husband likes a firmer bed than I like. My back cannot handle a firm mattress, even though they say it's good for your back. Let me know, like, do you have one of those where you can each, is that a Tempur-Pedic where each person can set their own side? Pros and cons, looking for pros and cons. Wouldn't be right away anyways. It would be later in the year, if this year at all, unless they call me, which I doubt. Those aren't the kind of calls I get, you know. So anyway, let me know if you have any recommendations. I would love to hear them, or pros and cons. Also, before I get going on what the real purpose of this video is, I got some oven liners and I got this caulking tool. I really want to learn to caulk. My husband doesn't love caulking. So I thought, I bet if I learned to caulk, because I'd like to be digging the caulk out of places, especially sinks, tubs, those types of areas once a year, and totally replacing it. And so I thought, I know people use their finger, but I thought maybe I would do better with a caulking tool, especially where I'm not feeling all that confident. Okay, I really want to get my car ready to go. My car is a mess. It has some stuff that needs to go to the dump, which I got some of it out yesterday. And it's got stuff that needs to go to Goodwill. It's got stuff that needs to come in the house. It's snowing outside, so I thought, oh, I can't do it today. Yes, I can. And my husband might be going into town later when the snow clears, and I would love for him to go to Goodwill and get things taken care of, anything out of the car that needs to go to Goodwill, because today's Thursday for us, and then maybe Friday or Saturday even I could be going to the dump and getting rid of some of the things that need to go to the dump, which are now getting covered in snow because they're outside. Wah wah. This is what happens when you don't have a garage or a shed. Just the realities of life. So I am going to put on my boots and my coat, and I'm just going to suck it up and get that car straightened out, because every day I have a new reason not to do it, and it's supposed to be heckin' cold next week. Plus, if we're going to go to Vermont next weekend, obviously the car is going to need to get cleaned out before then. So that's not all of us are going to Vermont, just some of us, because, you know, jobs and schedules and all those things. So anywho, not exactly leaving the house empty, so it's one of the reasons I don't mind mentioning that we're going. Plus, I have great neighbors who keep an eye on our house. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to go and do that now before I have time to talk myself out of it. Actually icing out here, which they said could happen. All right, where's the lever? There it is. No, actually, it's not that bad. There's a pillow in here I need to remove, because every time I go to Goodwill, they remind me that they do not take pillows. And then this stuff was going. Oh my. There is a little dead mouse in here. Okay. So, just clearing off the tailgate here, because I lean against it. And then I'm going to get this little mouse out with my wet gloves on. So disgusting. Ugh. And it's frozen too from being out here. I'm going to throw it in the woods. It's a baby, which is sad, but also makes you want to throw up. Alright. Alright, now I can go to the basement and get things that need to go back here. We need to get all this stuff dealt with,
and get the stuff that's going to Goodwill in the car so that it can be brought. And I have my phone on me so that I get credit for all the steps I'm about to take. It is going up the steps and into the car. So I'm going to bring a bunch up, and then this is trash. And this one's trash. That's actually going to go last. But this is Goodwill. And this one is Goodwill. So I have to focus on the positive. Isn't it just so exciting that this stuff is finally leaving the house? I just can't take too much upstairs at once because I am a little weak bear, not a strong bear. Okay. Oh, and last time if you were here and I only had one mitten of a certain design, I did find the other mitten was on the floor. Oh, this is going up too. These are trash. These will go up and right out. Oh, I forgot I have a box of games over here. I forgot I had a box of I almost said game boards. Board games that are also going outside, but that's okay. I got the trash midway. Let's go all the way and just bring it up. All right, this was the box of board games. Okay, this box right here, after the fact, Yvonne had said I could get rid of anything in here, but these are Band-Aids, so I'm going to keep these, put them with first aid, but anything else here I am going to get rid of. It's all older stuff. So I'll pull those chargers out, pull this out. The rest is actually going to go in the garbage because most of these are nearly empty. I have a new supervisor here. I guess he's timid. Also, Creasy told me that these are all ripped out on the inside, so these are going to go in the trash. But these were mine, and I'm going to go ahead and donate them. I actually think they're too big, but I have the ones that are like knockoff Uggs, which are plenty for me. So these are going to get donated. I'm also going to start putting on my big girl pants and going to the doctor myself instead of waiting for my husband. Oh, I wonder if anybody wants this. So this is trash, and then this, I mean these don't even really need a box, but I don't know, I got the box, so I'll put it in the box. And I might ask my husband if he wants to throw out these. These are extra Christmas lights, but I also think they're trash. I really didn't intend to declutter down here. I was just going to bring up stuff and clean up stuff, but oh, it's just hard not to. Once you get going, it's addicting. You know what? These chargers are going to quietly go. We have so many, we don't need one. Alright. Look at me doing this by myself without asking for help.
I also just remembered some stuff I have in the back seat that didn't get dealt with. So, this stuff, my husband isn't going in because it's icing off and on, and that we heard roads are not plowed, so it would not be safe. But I am going out tomorrow, so I can bring it tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day at Goodwill. This is going in because it's going to the trash. And then I needed to see, I have my glasses, what size these skates are, because it's possible my daughter-in-law might want a pair, since she's now in Vermont. These are an 8, which I actually think these are Creasia's, and she wanted to keep hers. And then these, oh, and some puzzle pieces fell in here. These ones are the ones I was thinking she might want. A 7. Because I might have a smaller one. I think I brought the wrong one up. And this is coming out. And at some point I need to clean out the puzzle pieces because I had a puzzle spill all over the place, which is kind of annoying. It is super discouraging to go to Goodwill and have them turn things away, I will say. But that's okay, we prevail.
Often when it's been a day like today where I'm up and down the stairs what seems like 100 times, I get very tired, of course, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I do to be a little bit more constructive today? But I know it's not going to be a day of washing floors or scrubbing or anything like that. And the laundry is always the place that I go. And lucky me, I had plenty of laundry to do. Oh, by the way, those pillows in the corner that I need to remember to show you next time. I didn't show you in this video. I got a couple of new pillows at Home Goods. They're very, pillows are very expensive. So I always recommend to look for the covers that you can get, the pillow covers on Amazon. And if you just buy the covers and you are covering pillows you already have, so much less expensive. You can get 4 pillows for the price of 1 pillow. But I just fell in love with these. I couldn't resist. And I thought, you know what? I never do this. And I'm really wanting to spruce the house up with more color. So you're going to see that coming up in the days ahead. And in this living room, I was craving pastels. And I think that's just a response to just dying for spring to come, is thinking, ooh, wouldn't it be nice if I had some pastel contrast? I've even been looking at new wall art, even though I have the wall art that is the flowers, you might remember. But I thought, oh, it would be fun to have something new up there. So we'll see what I end up doing, if I end up doing that, or if I end up just bringing up the flower portrait from the basement. But it always feels good to me to get laundry folded. I do love to fold laundry, and I can always put on a Netflix show or something while I fold. On this day, I honestly just wanted to be quiet and be in my own thoughts and fold up some laundry. And of course, getting it put away can be a whole thing. I don't mind it too much, honestly. It only takes like 5 minutes. And a lot of times I focus on how long a task takes, especially if it's not my favorite task. I might set a timer, see how long it takes, and then the next time I can tell myself, just put it away. It takes you 10 minutes. Or I might put a podcast or one of my favorite YouTubers that's chatty in my ears. So even if they're cooking and cleaning, if they're describing the cooking and cleaning, oftentimes I don't mind that I'm not really seeing it. I'm really just listening to it. And sometimes if I really love it, I'll watch it afterwards. Like I'll listen to it and then I'll come back at a later time and watch it too. When I was younger and had small children, I used to call a friend and we would chat while we cleaned. And that was always kind of fun. It felt very like visiting a neighbor also. And I think that sometimes YouTube can fill that role as well. If it's someone I watch all the time, it is like visiting a friend when I watch the videos. And I always love it. If you guys mention something like that in the comment section, I'll see that someone says it was like visiting with a friend. And that is a goal for sure for your time here with me, and I always appreciate you spending your time with me. I cannot thank you enough that I don't have to do this by myself, that I have such sweet friends on the other side of the camera who are watching, who are chatting with me in the comments, who are doing their own chores while I do mine. It's just such an amazing thing how the internet has put us all together and how YouTube has made us a place we can go for free and be together is just 100% a miracle. I remember in the old days of the internet where you were paying for space, and now there's so many ways to have space on the internet that's free, that you can connect with other people and make friends across the miles. So I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate your friendship, and I love all of you dearly. I often will consider cleaning to be decluttering, because if you don't clean, isn't your house described as cluttered? So this is a part of decluttering too, that if I'm not keeping up with this side, then it really doesn't matter how many things I've gotten rid of if the things we use are all over everything, and it honestly just does not bring me peace. A laundry basket that has everything folded is better than a laundry basket with everything messed up, but to have that stuff put away and have no laundry basket sitting out, that is to me ideal, and it is a side of decluttering. So I always have to balance time spent going through boxes, deciding what to keep and what to get rid of, time spent bringing the stuff to Goodwill or to the dump or to wherever Habitat for Humanity, wherever it is going, spending that time, but also making sure I'm keeping up around the house so that I'm not coming home tired from decluttering to a big mess, or coming up from the basement and there's a big mess. And there's times where I have to put some things aside and get to them later. Like I have been saying, is in February, I've been getting the project in my craw done first, because in the deep midwinter, it's just so easy to tidy the house and be done with it. So I've been doing whatever my project is first, and then coming back and doing things like dishes and laundry and tidying up or asking for more help. So here I am making dinner, and I was so thankful that Yvonne came in and she asked if I needed any help. So you're going to see she's going to help me chopping some vegetables.
So here's my favorite daughter in home, washing her hands. I'm just kidding.
We are making what's it called? Oh, my mind just went blank. We call it steak and cabbage. It's an Asian treatment of steak and cabbage. Yvonne is now 6 months pregnant, if you can believe that. I cannot believe it myself. She's due on June 1st. She has had a really tough pregnancy, and I know some of you out there are praying for her, and I so appreciate it. She has just found out that her iron levels are very, very low, to the point that she's going to have at least 1 infusion, maybe 3. They said could be up to 3. So for those of you who are praying, I knew it wasn't normal. We've talked to the doctor, but it was so hard because she was so nauseous, and having that side of sickness and being incapacitated by that side, that when that got better, I don't know, I feel like it was kind of par for the course that she had no energy. But I did keep mentioning it, like I feel like she's disabled, like she's up 2, maybe 3 hours at a time, and then literally her lights go out and she has got to lay down and go to sleep. So it's so encouraging to know why. It's so encouraging to know there's a treatment. But the prayer request is that they will be able to get her in quickly, and that we'll hear real soon. They said it can be up to 2 weeks before we even get a call from the place where she has to go. So really praying that they call us sooner than later. Back to what we are making. We are chopping up cabbage, a whole head of cabbage, and then 2 red bell peppers. Actually, I think one was red and one was orange. I bought the tricolor, and I told her pick 2 colors, so she picked orange and red. Chopping those up and putting them in a bowl so that I can get everything ready. And then I use steak. The original recipe called for ground beef, but we decided to use steak way back. I love raw cabbage. I keep stealing pieces of the raw cabbage, but I had got some blade steak. Blade steak is nice because it's always soft, but I would honestly get whatever steak was on sale if I were you, and I have done that, so that's why I say it. I'm going to chop up the steak as well. I had this one piece that was in the freezer. I had to sniff it. I gave it the sniff test because it was in the freezer, so I just want to make sure it was still fresh. And then I am using other blade steaks. I had bought some and we used it for one meal and had some more left. So I really wanted to use it before it went bad, and I didn't really want to put it in the freezer. So getting that used up. I feel good about getting food used up lately. It has been my goal to look at what we have in the house before I purchase anything else, see what I can come up with, watch some Chopped shows if I need some inspiration. Not that I would use their ideas, but just the idea of going around your kitchen, finding some ingredients, throwing them together. And this is a good one. I am going to throw some beef stock in here, but the recipe called for water, not beef stock. And so I am stir frying some beef, and then I'm going to put some garlic in there, a couple of cloves, I would say. I just put a couple of rounded tablespoons in there. I'm not too concerned about it. Stir that around and let that get cooking. Make sure that my meat is browned and pretty much cooked through before I add in the vegetables. And then I'm adding salt and pepper in there. I think the recipe called for I don't know, I want to say a half a teaspoon or something of black pepper, but we're not huge on the black pepper scale. I had gone off to do something, so Robin's giving it a stir for me because it was getting dry. He's turning down the heat for me. And then it takes like 3 tablespoons of tamari, but I add the tamari here, and then I'm going to add tamari later in the recipe as well. I think it called for a half cup of water, and so I am just had some beef broth that was in the refrigerator, so I decided to put that in because that's just going to give it a better depth of flavor. So once the steak is cooked through, I just add the cabbage and the red bell pepper, and I literally just keep on adding as much as I can fit in the pan because it's going to shrink down a little bit. And then I'm covering it, I'm letting it steam, and then I'm going to come back and stir every 5 or 10 minutes. And as soon as the vegetables are, I'll say al dente, or however you like to eat them, then it's time to eat. And the other thing that they put in here that I didn't was cornstarch to thicken the gravy, but we like it nice and thin, so I just left it that way, and we serve it over rice. Super easy, one pot meal, not fussy. You really can't get it wrong. I add more tamari at the end because I just didn't feel like there was enough. It would also be good with red pepper flakes, and here it is all finished. So I love you so much. Remember, as always, God loves you. I love you too. Can't wait to see you next time.